Good day, students. How have you been? I hope you still sustain the energy in you while learning through various modes. Your parents, teachers, and me are here to assist you. I've heard you have been waiting for our new lesson in English 10, and I am very much excited to discuss it with you today. I'm Teacher Maria Evelyn Kandug Tanutan from Mabini National High School, Mabini District, and I will be with you today as we explore another meaningful and exciting lesson. Before we start our lesson, kindly prepare the following: your self-learning module for Quarter 3, Module 2, your pen, and your paper. Just a short reminder, this lesson contains paragraphs that you need to listen to. Listening and understanding each will help you acquire the necessary skills in writing and speaking. Are you ready? I guess you are. Let us start. Let's first have a simple recall of our previous lesson in English 10. What type of essay attempts to persuade readers to take the side of the author by using both reasoning and evidence? Great! It is argumentative essay. How is argumentative essay structured? Nice! Just like other essays, an argumentative essay also has three major components, namely introduction, body, and conclusion. To link this knowledge from our previous lesson, today we will venture another topic which aims to help you acquire skills in writing. After the 32-minute lesson, you are expected to analyze the variety of writing techniques, use a variety of informative, persuasive, and argumentative writing techniques in writing speeches, and realize the importance of the variety of writing techniques. Let's start the lesson by knowing what you already know. Please use your pen and activity notebook in writing the letter of your answer as I state the item. Number 1. It is a speech intended to share new knowledge. A. Argumentative. B. Informative. C. Narrative. D. Persuasive. The answer is B. Informative. An informative speech is used when the speaker's purpose is to merely inform or share knowledge. Number 2. It is a speech that convinces the reader or listener to agree to the writer's or speaker's point. A. Argumentative. B. Informative. C. Narrative. D. Persuasive. The answer is D. Persuasive. A persuasive speech is used when the speaker's purpose is to convince others to agree with one's own point. Number 3, it is a speech that convinces the reader or listener to affirm the validity of the writer's or speaker's argument. A. Argumentative. B. Informative. C. Narrative. D. Persuasive. The answer is A. Argumentative. An argumentative speech is used when the speaker's purpose is to convince others to accept and affirm the validity of the argument. Number 4, it refers to the connection of ideas both at the sentence level and paragraph level. A. Cohesion. B. Cohesive writing. C. Coherence. D. Thesis. The answer is C. Coherence. Coherence is evident when the ideas are logically connected. There is logical connection when the theme is unified from the introduction up until the conclusion. Number 5. It refers to the grammatical connection within sentences or paragraphs. A. Cohesion. B. Cohesive writing. C. Coherence. D. Thesis. The answer is cohesion. Cohesion concerns the flow of sentences and paragraphs from one to another. It differs from coherence since it focuses on grammatical and lexical structures. Were you able to keep on track with the items and the respective answers? Very good! Let's now determine the corresponding rating of your score. If you got 5, your rating is 100%. If you got 4, your rating is 90%. If you got 3, your rating is 80%. If you got 2, your rating is 75%. If you got 1, your rating is 70%. Congratulations and good luck for the succeeding activities. How do you feel with your score? Does it make you happy or does it make you want to do better? Remember that your scores in our first activity don't generally define you. However, you can do better by listening attentively and by participating actively in our lesson and activities. Take a deep breath and prepare yourself as we will formally discuss our lesson after these few reminders.
The Radyo Z-eskwela program of the Division of Davao de Oro is being brought to you by Nueda Builders Construction and Supply Incorporated, Maverick Builders Incorporated, Mitch Construction and Supply, Archicons Architectural Construction and Supply, DB Construction and Supply, Hanaway Builders Corporation, Phoenix Corvada Tagum Gasoline Station, Master Construction and Supplies, Mackenzie Builders, GP&H Construction Incorporated, Metro Gear Construction Corporation, NEN Builders and Development Services Corporation, Max Maze Enterprises Incorporated, We Inc. Construction Company, Barangay Construction and Supply, East Sussex Enterprise, WM Construction, Councilor Boogie and Miss Marjorie Vertodazo, Icon Builders and Supply, and Apex Mining Company Incorporated.
Hi students! This is still Maria Evelyn, your English 10 teacher for today. Get ready as we fill your mind with refreshing concepts and unique in writing any types of speech. Can you cite your prior understanding based on the items that you answered recently? Let's check on that as we go through with our new lesson on informative, persuasive, and argumentative writing techniques. This is a quarter 3 lesson that aims at instilling writing comprehension domain to equip you for future undertakings. Please listen as I read excerpts from paragraphs. Note the salient features of the structure and the words used. First, the idea of school uniforms seems like an outmoded concept for many students in the Philippines, especially to those who study in public schools. Yet, around the world, wearing school uniforms has been the rule. Often, the cause of bullying in schools are from people being different for not wearing the precise clothes. If someone looks richer, most people feel like they have a higher social status or more power. To the contrary, uniforms allow students to learn on a fairer level with less judgment about choices of clothing, brands, or physical appearance. A lot of students who wear school uniforms claimed that they feel prouder of their school. Wearing school colors gives students a feeling of being more connected to their school and classmates or even in the community. Wearing school uniforms can also help people gain more self-confidence because they will be identified as part of the institution. What did you observe in the excerpt? How did the author introduce the idea? Correct! The author stated a point or position regarding the wearing of school uniforms, especially in public schools. In introducing the point or position, a thesis statement has been used. It is in the sentence, the idea of school uniforms seems like an outmoded concept for many students in the Philippines, especially to those who study in public schools. This thesis statement has been supported by the succeeding sentences where the author presented instances where wearing of uniform is really important. The conclusion reaffirmed the thesis statement and restated in summary the details of the point or position. Considering these characteristics, the author of first text applied argumentative writing techniques. Reason was deemed sound and firm while evidence was enough to support the point. Second text. The coronavirus disease, COVID-19, is an infectious disease caused by a new strain of coronavirus. This new virus and disease were unknown before the outbreak began in Wuhan, China in December 2019. On January 30, 2020, the Philippine Department of Health reported the first case of COVID-19 in the country with a 38-year-old female Chinese national. On 7th March, the first local transmission of COVID-19 was confirmed. World Health Organization is working closely with the Department of Health in responding to the COVID-19 outbreak. What is the excerpt all about? What kind of details are presented? Yes, the excerpt is about coronavirus disease or COVID-19. The author presented in detail information about the disease and how it spread in the Philippines. Since the author used information with the purpose to make people aware and provide relevant knowledge, what do you think is the writing technique being used? Very good! The author used informative writing technique in order to expose or state information without biases or judgment. Third text. Education is the key to success, as an old adage goes. A good education can teach a child how to learn and how to have an independent learning. It may also teach a child how to reason so that a child does not grow up to be ignorant. There are a lot of reasons why education is important in our society today. One of these is it helps people how to learn. It is not how the child accumulates knowledge either in the school or at home, but how the child is taught to learn things differently. If the child has been taught how to learn, then he will bring such learning until he becomes an adult. Such learning will teach him to succeed in the future. If education is not seen as important, then one day it will just be all about school scores and will be just a part of the curriculum. Without education, learning is hard to achieve. What do you think is the purpose of the excerpt? Is there an attempt to set a point and provide arguments? Exactly. The purpose of the author is to persuade the readers about the importance of education without an attempt to build up an argument. Ideas were presented for the purpose of persuasion and not for argumentation. Hence, the author used a persuasive writing technique. In persuasive writing technique, the author convinces the audience to take a side by presenting one side of opinion and by using emotional devices based on the three texts that you listen to and a brief background of the writing techniques. Can you enumerate the three techniques in writing an essay for a speech? Very good! The three techniques for writing a speech are informative, persuasive, and argumentative. Remember that an informative speech explains unusual terms or ideas. In addition, a persuasive speech convinces audience to take one side by presenting opinions or a position. Moreover, argumentative speech considers both sides of the issue and uses both reason and evidence. It is very important to know the purpose of the speech before writing one, because it will guide you on the appropriate steps, words, and structure. Regardless of the technique, however, the author has to consider both cohesion of paragraphs and coherence of ideas in writing. Cohesion is the interconnection that link between and among the grammatical composition of paragraphs. On the other hand, coherence is the logical interconnection and unity of ideas. It is a broader term where cohesion is based upon. Although these two terms are related, they are different in nature and purpose. At this moment, review your notes for our simple evaluative activity. I'll be right back after these few reminders.
The Radyo Z-eskwela program of the Division of Davao de Oro is being brought to you by 𝗬𝗏𝗃 Builders Construction and Supply Incorporated, Maverick Builders Incorporated, Mitch Construction and Supply, Archicons Architectural Construction and Supply, DB Construction and Supply, Hanaway Builders Corporation, 𝗘𝘃𝗃𝗵𝗺 Gasoline Station, Master Construction and Supplies, Mackenzie Builders, GP&H Construction Incorporated, Metro Gear Construction Corporation, NEN Builders and Development Services Corporation, Max Mays Enterprises Incorporated, We Inc. Construction Company, Rangay Construction and Supply, East Sussex Enterprise, WM Construction, Councilor Boogie and Miss Marjorie Vertodazo, Icon Builders and Supply, and Apex Mining Company Incorporated.
Hello students! This is still your English teacher, Maria Evelyn. At this juncture, we will have two brief activities. One will be an identification of the writing technique being used, and the other will be a formal application of the skill you acquired. Before the writing activity, kindly identify the writing technique applicable in each speech writing situation. Please write your answers in your activity notebook. Are you ready? I guess you are. 1. A community leader informs the public of the new curfew ordinance in the barangay. Correct! The applicable writing technique is informative writing. 2. 𝗖𝗿𝗄𝗁 advocate presents the pros and cons of coal-fired energy and convinces the audience to patronize renewable energy. That's right! The applicable writing technique is argumentative writing. 3. A Barkada kontra Droga officer persuades young students to enjoy leisure benefits of sports over trying illegal drugs. Definitely! The applicable writing technique is persuasive writing. At this point, prepare yourself as I unravel your writing test. Prepare with you any resources like books, magazines, or the internet that may help you. In your activity notebook, please write your own speech using one among the 3 techniques. You may freely use informative, persuasive, or argumentative writing techniques based on your purpose. With 5 as the highest rating and 1 as the lowest, kindly refer to the rubric with the following indicators. 1. Focus or content, where you state exact position from introduction to conclusion. 2. Techniques used in the speech are effective and relevant to the purpose. 3. Development or organization that allows you to present logically arranged ideas and grammatically connected sentences. 4. Clarity of ideas in which your information, opinions, and arguments are presented substantively and with authenticity. 5. Emphasis that provides an attention-grabbing appeal to the audience. The numerical ratings are described as what follow. 5. For excellent. 4. Very impressive. 3. Impressive. 2. Convincing. 1. Beginning. I hope you got the instructions clearly. Kindly keep on track of your progress through reviewing your activity notebooks from time to time. Always remember to continue learning and to keep the faith. The time for achieving your aspirations will just come perfectly. Enjoy your life and always thank God for it. This is your English 10 teacher, 𝗂𝗃𝗃𝗃 from Mabini National High School, Mabini District, saying, take care because God cares. This is Z-Radio 88.5 FM. Siguradong lingaw, siguradong kuyaw. God bless everyone.
𝗧𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃 Executive and Technical Working Committee. The school's Division Superintendent, 𝗖𝗿𝗿𝗆𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃 Seso 5. Assistant Schools Division Superintendent, Dr. Romel R. Handayan. Curriculum Implementation Division OIC Chief, Dr. Arlene B. Lim. School Governance and Operations Division, Dr. Ruben J. Riponte. Program Director, Dr. Arlene B. Lim. Assistant Program Director, Noemi P. Canales. Members: Cecilia Morales, Dr. Hilda A. Opeña, Dr. 𝗘𝘃𝗃𝗵𝗆, Dr. Dexter A. Siqueña, Nohara O. Pinute, Dr. Grace D. Pontillas, Dr. Renato N. Pacpacin, Dr. Andy P. Cabodok, Juanito Lapiceros, Engineer Norberto S. Manlangit, Ryan Villanueva, Jomar M. Dumupoy, Bob Daylan S. Milabat, Medard D. Apit, and Paz Eugenia Villusino. Technical Working Committee, Production and Communications, Lorely E. Quijano, Given G. Hinampas, Judiland T. Yu, Donna D. T. Bolivar, Mary Rose N. Resma, Riwen C. Manuel, Irene Leia C. Manguhon, and Bessie Aya N. Banyes. Social Media and Packaging Team, Christian Anhara L. Martesio, William R. Lanara, Joan T. Iscoton, Roberto S. Acosar Jr., May B. Istanyol, Richard H. Arellano, Ralph A. Tabanyag, Angelo C. Gutierrez Jr., Jade Karen R. Araiz, Eliza May Garsuta, Sedi S. Caballero, and Jane S. Caballero. Sa Radyo Z-eskwela, siguradong masaya. Right and only here at Z Radio 88.5, ang istasyong siguradong lingaw, siguradong kuyaw.